Hey, today is day 9, day 9 of how we've got some marketing secrets for you, some marketing fun. I want to talk to you today about running ads and when should you run ads. No matter if it is running an ad on TV, on radio, on social media, running ads and like the keys to running ads. Yes. Okay. So yesterday we talked about the biggest mistake folks make in day 8. And they always start with the media, right? When back in the day, when I had a brick and mortar, it was actually today I'm here in my office, though. My office pretty bad, pretty bad in the conference room. But when people used to come in, right, it used to be, they always used to choose like a gal with high heels, and she would come in and show like the newspaper and be like, you need to be here. We have 210,000 readers that get our newspaper every day. Or they'll tell you that we're sending it out to 100,000 emails, all of these things, right? But before you choose to run any ads, you need to know. Yesterday, we talked about the marketing triangle, right? What is the marketing triangle and how does it work? So, with the marketing triangle, right, you've got your message, your market, and your media at the bottom. Okay. Your message, your market, your media. Here, let me show you. Okay. Whew. You got to get closer so that you could see it. Oh, and now it's backwards. But you need to have your market first, then your message, then your media. This one down here. Okay. All right. That's going to suck you looking at that because it is backwards. All right. We're back. So we've got the message on the one side, the media on the bottom, and the market. So the first thing that you need to start with is your market, right? Who? Who's your who? Who are they? Where do they shop? What do they like? What do they read? What do they watch? What do they listen to? So that if you know that the majority of your market listens to a certain podcast, then guess where you want to put your ad? Ding, 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 on the certain podcast. If you know that the majority of your clients, let's say they are 50 plus, right? CBS is their channel, right? They've got Blue Bloods, they've got Survivor, they've got all of these shows that are nostalgic for us, right? They own the old I Love Lucy's, so Paramount, all of that. So if you were going on TV, you'd want to be on CBS. Making sense, right? If you've got a 60 plus audience, the newspaper. So I have a client who she's a financial planner and she only runs ads in the newspaper. Why? Because that's where her clients are, right? They read the newspaper. They read it cover to cover every day. My 88-year-old uncle, he reads the newspaper cover to cover every single day. So you want to make sure that you are looking at, right, who your who is and where are they. So when people go, oh, I want to do Facebook ads, so I'm like, well, is that the number one place where your clients are? Because see, ads are not expensive. Tell yourself that again. Ads are not expensive. What is expensive? Yes, what is expensive is when ads don't work, when they're in the wrong place, when you're talking to the wrong audience. So I'll get people who say, oh, but you know what? My cousin is putting me on the radio and it's $50 a spot. And I get all these that are overnight. I go, okay, who's up listening to the radio at 3 a.m.? I don't care, it's $50. Nobody's listening. And if your ideal customer isn't listening, then why would you ever buy that, right? So it doesn't matter like the logistics of how ads work until you figure out this piece, right? Who your who is the market, because once you know who you're marketing to, then you create a custom message just for them. Over 50, over 60. So my client, Lindsay, we talk about Lindsay all the time. Lindsay has a fabulous business where she is the matchmaker for if in fact you need a caregiver, right? So the number one person that needs a caregiver is someone older. Does she help other people? Yes. But let's target who's most likely to buy from you. Somebody that's like me in my 50s, in the sandwich generation. What's the sandwich generation? The sandwich generation is I have children that still needs to be handled, and I have parents that need to be taken care of. So who's most likely, who can pay? Those folks in the sandwich, right? The parents have retirement, they still want to stay home, and they need a provider for them. Does that make sense? Right? Understanding who your market is. So who is that? Are they on Facebook? Even though they are the fastest growing people on Facebook, right? Is that the best place for you to run an ad? Sometimes it is in the magazine in the doctor's office, right? Like in Las Vegas, we had a magazine that went into every single doctor's office in town. Well, can you imagine if you had an ad running in there about your matchmaking service, what that would do? It's probably more expensive than some of the other ones. However, you'll probably get way more clients out of it, right? When you do it right, when you have your message right. So tomorrow we'll talk about the message and how to really customize your message based on the market. But the number one thing you have to do is figure out who is in that triangle, right? Who your who is. And make sure that you are marketing to them and where they are. So we have you go through, what I asked you earlier. What are they reading? What are they watching on TV? What are they listening to? Do they have Sirius in their car, or are they listening to podcasts? Are they listening to NPR all the way to work? My friends are listening to NPR on the way to work, right? Or after. And so why not put your ad there? Does that make sense? Is it all coming together? Yes. So if you are a daycare center, right? You want to talk to young moms who need a place. Okay. So where are they? What are they watching? What are they listening to? Are they on TV or are they on the streaming service? How can you get an ad on the streaming service? How can you get an ad on local streaming? Right? To make sure, how do you get inside their Instagram or their Snapchat? How do you get inside of there? Right? Understanding who that is, who's going to buy. And then once you know who you're going to buy, then you pick the media after you know who is going to buy, who you want to buy. Yes. But you don't start with the media. You don't start with, I want to be in the newspaper because it's cheap. Right? Like advertising isn't cheap or expensive. It's only expensive when it doesn't work, right? It's cheap when it does work because then you get a customer, they pay for it, and now you just keep doing it over and over and over again, right? We call them slot machines so that you put in $1 and you get $4 out. If that's not happening, then you fucked up the triangle, right? If in fact, when you place ads and you're not getting $4 out of it, you fucked up the triangle. Either you didn't pick the right media, they're not on there, so they're not even seeing it, your ideal customer. You fucked up the messages, right? You're not talking specifically to them. You're saying you're not creating this place where they feel like they've been seen or heard. Or lastly, you haven't picked the right person. That's not your ideal target. Okay. Hopefully that all makes sense for day 9. If you, of course, have questions about, hey, I want to run ads for 2024. Hey, I want to put in $1 and get out 4. Hey, Richelle, do I have the marketing triangle right? Hey, can you help me? Then we'd love to help you. Okay. yeah, just reach out. Look, I'm like, I've got tons of pop-ups going on while I'm in here. So I love you for free. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 10. All right, see you. Bye.